Okay, so it's warm out today. It's about 60 outside. It's about 80 here in the greenhouse, so I'm just loving the weather. And today I'm going to show you how to start some lettuce seed. Now you can get the little peat pots that you see at Walmart or at Home Depot and start them that way. But I use these cell packs. I got 720 of them from Amazon for 20 bucks with shipping. I use a tray, like that tray right there, that black tray, okay? And you have some seed starting soil. In this case, I'm using Espoma Organic Seed Starter. I also use Jiffy, but this was what they had left at the co-op because the Jiffy was all gone. So, first things first, you want to make sure that you wet some of the seed starting soil. So I took this little tray here, this little plastic one, and I filled it with the seed starting soil mix, and then I took my handy dandy gallon jug there with some water and I just wet it a little bit and then mixed it. You just want it to have the consistency of a damp sponge, okay? Not sopping wet, just a damp sponge, okay? Then I took my cell packs. Oh, wonderful. We have an airplane overhead. I live right near BWI. Sorry about that. Okay, so then I took my cell packs, put it in the tray, and then I filled in the cell packs with the soil. Now you want to be sure that you pack it down kind of firmly, because if you put it in dry and then you water it, it would sink down, it would compact, and then your seeds might wash to the bottom and never see the light of day or take forever to sprout. So when you wet it, that helps to guard against that. But I also pack it down really well so that when I push on it, the soil doesn't go down too much, okay? Now this is a trick that I learned while I was working in the Maryland New Farmer Training Program. Normally they tell you to just, plant the seeds so deep in the soil. But what I do is I just sprinkle the seeds along the top of the soil there, and then I just brush them over with my hand and maybe just a tiny little bit more soil. And then I just let them be, because remember, the soil's already wet, so they've got some pretty good contact. I might give them a very, very light watering, but I don't want the seeds to wash off of the seed tray or to wash down. So this might get kind of shaky because I'm trying to do this with one hand. But here's my little pack of lettuce seeds, and it's kind of hard to see what's in there. But some of these are bigger, but most times, because this is a lettuce mix, but most times lettuce is pretty small, so it's kind of hard to get it in your hands. So what I do is, hope you can see this, but I'm trying to keep my hand-eye coordination going here. But I'm just going to sprinkle, and you can see them coming out, hopefully. I'm just going to sprinkle. And again, this is a mix, so the seeds might look, if you can even see them, they might look different. But I'm just sprinkling them all over to get an even mix. Get them in each so that they land in each seed compartment. Now, so now that I've done that, what I'm going to do is just rub along with my hand here. So I'm just kind of basically giving the seeds contact with the soil. Okay? That's all I'm doing. And that's it. So now what I'll do is I'm just going to let this sit here in the greenhouse and wait for it to sprout. Now you might be asking yourself, isn't that a waste though? Because that's a lot of seeds. What if you get more than one sprout that comes up in more than one cell pack at a time? Well, the way that we handled this on the farm was we let them sprout, and then we just, when they were big enough to plant, we just took them out of the cell packs and planted them. So they can, the thing is, you can have more than one lettuce planting or growing in one cell at a time. And you can either repot them, you can separate them and repot them so that, you know, they can grow in individual pots and get a little bit bigger before you put them in the garden. But the way we did it was we just let them grow where they did. We might thin them out a little bit as they sprouted just to give them a little extra space. But then we just basically let them grow and then separated them when we were going to transplant into the garden. So there you have it. If you have any questions, please feel free to just leave a comment on the blog, and I will definitely answer your questions. And that's it. So until next time, garden gals and guys, happy gardening.